acting like him. You know, this word here, it says, unless indeed you are disqualified, it probably could read a reprobate.
That's what mine says. It's reprobate. Reprobate.
Okay. A reprobate is someone who is unprincipled, abandoned to punishment, condemned. That's a reprobate. That's where you can put yourself in a position where whatever you do, you ain't making it.
Almost like probation, and then you get caught on probation, and then you're really, they tell you.
Right.
Also, I noticed the word bat, which is a dark creature, a night creature
Yeah.
within that word.
Okay.
Reprobate.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not a good thing to be called a reprobate. Well, let's run over to 1 Corinthians chapter 4. You know, we need to know these things. Well, when that brother gave that message, it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I said, I got to share this because I don't want none of you not to make it. Okay, 1 Corinthians 4 and verse 13. It says here, being defamed, we entreat. Have you ever been defamed? Especially since you've been in the faith, people talk bad about, oh, you keeping that law. Who says you got to keep that law? That's been done away with. Oh, you want to keep that Sabbath, blah, blah, blah. They just don't understand. They don't have eyes to see and ears to hear, but we do, don't we? He says, we entreat. We've been made as the filth of the world. You know, before Yahshua comes, which I think he's going to be here pretty soon, I'm saying 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't think they ain't going to be getting down on us? Tell them they got to do this and do that. That ain't the true name, and you're keeping the wrong day, wrong feast of the sun. Oh, they're going to hate us. They hated them in the New Testament, in the first century. They killed them. And they may kill us. But they might be doing us a favor.
Yeah.
I miss my wife, but I'm glad she's not here to see what this world is turning into. A cesspool. One big cesspool. But, you know, it was prophesied in Matthew 24. Joshua said it was going to be like this in the last days. You're going to have all these men marrying men, women with women, and just like Sodom and Gomorrah. And they do it so openly and so brazen, just like Sodom and Gomorrah. And you don't dare say anything. Because they're passing laws right now. If you say something, you're going to jail.
Hate crime.
Hate crime, that's right. Now, I don't put them down. I don't talk about them. But if they come to me and want to know what I think about it and what the Word says about it, I'm telling you. But I let them live. I let them do their thing.
Try to snatch them out of the fire if you can.
Yeah, right? They've been made the filth of the world, the offscoring of all things until now. Totally rejected by society. You know, the people there in the first century, a lot of them didn't want to have nothing to do with it because they didn't believe like Yahshua and the disciples. And the ones that did believe in Yahweh wanted to put heavy burdens on the people that believe. And so Joshua was fighting against everybody but his people that he called. And we're the same way in this world today. We're fighting that world out there. We got to fight that, keep that world out of us. You know, we can get caught up in that world, but we got to continue to fight against it. And one of the ways is coming here every Sabbath, where we can feed each other, where Yahweh's Spirit can feed us through the Word. This is what feeds us. His Spirit. Okay, let's, you know, the first century people, believers, had different attitudes than what we got, seemed like. I mean, we had so many distractions now. Oh, so many distractions. Back then, they just worked and lived and ate and slept and preached the good news. Down here in these days, they got pornography on the computer, and we got this and that and the other. Oh, so many diversions. I'm gonna be honest with you. I used to be hooked on pornography. I don't care what you know about me. All I know is what Yahweh knows about me now. I was hooked on pornography, and I'm not proud of it.
That man's dead.
But that old man is dead in the song.
Hallelujah.
I listen to that all the time, and I cry when I listen to it. That old man is dead.
Hallelujah.
Now, when I look at a woman now, I see a pretty face and a sister. But you know that lust, that lust, sometimes it wants to come back. I got to fight it. I got to fight that old man. I know he drowned. I still got to fight him off. And I fight him off right here in this word. This is what gives me strength. It's strength. It's angels strengthen Yahshua. Angels can strengthen us. You know, Paul wasn't ashamed to tell everybody about his pedigree. I'm going to read that to you right now. Here in, and I'm going to show you what it really meant to him. Let's go over here to Philippians. Philippians chapter 3.
Chapter 3.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Oh, my. I wasn't hooked on just pornography. I was hooked on alcohol. I was hooked on drugs. I was hooked on about anything you could get hooked on. But when I met Yahshua, and my wife introduced me to him, I become like Paul. On that Damascus road. Oh, he saw something there. He saw Yahshua. And buddy, he made an about face, didn't he?
Sure did.
He made an about face. I'm gonna show you what Brother Paul says right here in Philippians chapter 3 and verse 3. Okay, he says, for we are the circumcision who worship Elohim in the Spirit, rejoice in Yahshua, the Messiah, and have no confidence in the flesh. You know, back in that day, they had a problem with the Jews wanting to have everybody circumcised or they wasn't going to be saved. That's what the book of Galatians is all about. But Paul says you shouldn't have any confidence in the flesh. So I also have confidence in the flesh, though I also might have confidence in the flesh. If anyone else thinks he may have confidence in the flesh, I'm more so. Now, Brother Paul is going to brag a little bit about himself. He's going to show you his pedigree, his credentials. He could have bragged about it, but Right now, he's going to tell you about it, and he's going to tell you what he thought about it. He says he circumcised the 8th day of the stock of Israel, of the tribe of Benjamin, a Hebrew of Hebrews, concerning the law of Pharisee. Oh, buddy, he had the credentials, didn't he? Hell yeah, he had the master degree and this degree and that degree, and oh, buddy, he was up there. Concerning zeal, persecuting the assembly. Oh, yes. Concerning the righteous, which is in the law, blameless. Oh, he lived by the letter, didn't he? Lived by the letter. But what things were gained to me, these I have counted loss for the Messiah. Oh, did something happen on that Damascus road? Sure did. But I indeed count all things loss for the excellence of the knowledge of Messiah, Yeshua, my master, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and count them as rubbish. He's talking about the things of the world. They don't mean nothing. You know, one of these days, everything that we got and everybody else got is going to get burned up. We can use it now, but don't get too attached to your car or your house or whatever.
Cell phone. I keep waiting for them to just quit working.
Well, when the electric's turned off, it will.
Right your time.
Won't be too soon for me.
I have suffered the loss of all things and count them as rubbish, that I might gain Messiah. That's what's important in life, gaining Yeshua. Well, that's one thing, gaining him, but how are we going to keep him? That's another thing. Paul wanted Yeshua in the kingdom more than he wanted the things of the world and his degrees and all this, that, and the other. And we don't want to have confidence in our flesh. This flesh of ours occasionally will rise up, but we have to count the things of this world as dumb, rubbish. And you know, one day our flesh is going to be destroyed too. Now, you want me to let you know how you know if you're in a saved condition? If you pinch yourself and it hurts, you ain't made it yet. Because when we're changed into what Yeshua is, in the immortality, we ain't gonna feel no pain. We ain't gonna cry no more. It ain't gonna hurt no more sorrow. We'll be like Yeshua. That'd be nice. And I want to talk a little bit about the tongue. James has some things to say about the tongue. Let's go over to James chapter 3. This is where my message is really going to get heated up.